Okay, good morning from a wet, extremely wet Singapore. We've got a tropical storm passing through, and there's not going to be any golf today. Not any real golf anyway, so might do your video. And the one that people have been asking the most about recently is the Bogey Avoidance test. How to play some of those holes, can you show the back nine, stuff about the 3-wood, all kinds of stuff. As a reminder, the Bogey Avoidance test. This is basically the 18 hardest holes I could possibly find on WGT, all put together. Disaster abounds everywhere. Lots of opportunities to mess stuff up. And I look at the full leaderboard. Yeah, look, I've been messing stuff up. Nobody's 76 is the best score. The round 3 is single play. The first 2 rounds were unlimited, so. Round 3 is a slightly truer test of what's going on. Average score there's about sort of 79, 80 by the look of this. So that's what we're looking to beat. I think I was, what was I the first 2? Around 30, 31. So 60, 61 is, I think I was pretty pleased with both of those. So 61 would be a nice, nice score. And remind ourselves of what the scorecard is. Yeah, that's quite a nice win, that one, actually. Yeah, it's just huge, isn't it? Everything's like 500 odd yards. Okay, this is quite a nice wind because A, I can reach the green in 2. So that's always a good start. You really want to be scrabbling about. And I'm out with the new mouse at the end of the day, so I have to be a little bit careful. I was mistinging a little bit early with this. That's the other one was about 500 years old, and yeah, there was a bit of a lag. So I have to hit this way right. Now the trick on this one, where you all get into trouble here, assuming you can reach the green, a lot of you land here, you roll down here, and then you don't get up and down. That's a sure bogey. The other one that's more common for a decent shot is that it'll land on the front of the green, it'll shoot forward, and it'll roll all the way over here. And on 13-speed greens, you can easily 3-putt from there. I'm going to try and land it right on the very, very edge of the green and just roll it up here. But anything that gets to here rolls off over there. Not the end of the world, but it's not an easy putt to hold from over there. It's going to be all the way over there. So what's that wind really doing? That's from a funny angle, that. So it is a little bit of a tailwind. 224. 5 or so for that. I think it's going to play about 219. I'm going to try and hit it about 214 and just let it roll and roll and roll. Not drifting. Oh, I've done exactly what I told you not to do. Look at that. It's going to land on that slope and roll down there. However, we will not be taking 3 to get out from here. It's actually a reasonable chance to chip in if you know what you're doing. So the wind's going to take it right to left. The brake's going to take it right to left. So it's 11 there. So it's nearer to it's about 11.8 yards, something like that. We'll go 2/3 backspin. Round about there. Not sure which side that missed on, but had half a chance. Certainly had half a chance. Just need to be a little bit respectful of this one. It does have a bit of break on it. Not a great start, but a 4 there's not the end of the world. Oh, right, we've got a horrible wind. We've got the horrible wind. Right. You've got a couple of shots you can play here. The first one is to ding about here, or even slightly into here. And then a big slinging hook, which against that wind will go pretty straight, but it'll set off way left of where I'm aiming it. About there. I usually like to use a lot of spin on this one. So we're going to hit about here. You watch it just go dead straight there. Nah, it's gone left to where we aimed it, and nice and straight. You can't afford to hit those trees. It often just drops down straight out of bounds. Lost. Annoying, you can actually see the ball, but it claims to be lost. Now we don't get ourselves too tight to the trees on the left, so we've got a clean shot at the green. We should get up and down from here. So about 9 for the wind. 1 for the elevation. 1, 3, 9. Just check I am using the 92, yeah. About 4 to the left. That further left than I intended to. I was looking to whir on the left side, but not that far. I got away with that a bit. Distance was good. The direction was a couple of yards left. I have been dinging early again so far today, so I'll have to watch that. 13th is going to go something like that. I think I'm over borrowing that. Yeah. Tricky all out the way, and here's another tricky one. Now the places you get, people get into a lot of trouble here. I mean, misjudging the wind is the obvious one. This side isn't particularly clever. I mean, a lot of you land on the front and it'll roll back down. You'll 3-putt from there or something silly like that. But you shouldn't be 3-putting if you got your putting calcs right. So anywhere on the green's acceptable. I'll try and get over the ridge. I don't really want to be down here. It's a difficult putt to make. Whereas from up here, even all the way up here, you can make that putt much more easily. The first thing we're going to find is that this is a long way. I think we've got about 30 odd of headwind there. And a bit less of cross. So I want to hit this 270 or something like that. And unfortunately, I'm going to get there with a 3-wood. I mean, I could possibly just about sneak there with a 3-wood. But it's asking for trouble. There's no point being short. I'd rather be a little bit long. So I'll move this over about there. This forge is going to be about there. Should be a little bit long. Oh, it's okay. Only just got up in the end. Maybe a little bit more of a headwind than I thought, but that's fine. That's a good miss. Particularly with a sort of an 87% driver. The thing I'm watchful of here is this little bit right in front of the ball. See the one to pull it away to the left, right at the very start, which is unfortunate. Gonna have to judge that. I'm gonna learn nothing at all from that. So you assume it's gonna dive off to the left a little bit. It comes back at the end, doesn't it? It comes back slightly at the end. Sort of going over here and then. It's right left wind as well. We're going there. Beauty. That's a nice 2 on there. Oh, you always get this crappy wind on this hole. So it's a par 5 in real life off this tee. No one was stupid enough to design a 565-yard par 4 that it's a well-protected green as well. So your job here is you can't reach. You're gonna have to just get it into position to pitch up the green. That's sort of 50 yards or so if we can. I'm just going to whack it over here. Keep well away from this bunker. There's no joy to be had being over there. Just as well I aimed left. Made up for missing right. Might go the other way. That's left a little bit more than I would have liked. So it's going to be about 4 of wind and nearly 2 of that. So he's going to play about 58 now, 59 yards. So he'll play 58 like this. Go a little to the left. Now, into a big headwind like this, what will happen if you don't hit this with topspin? It'll land up here and it'll go zoop all the way down here, and you're going to have probably a little bit of a bendy putt from the sort of 12, 15 feet that you don't want. So we're going to try and hold it up there. You don't want to go past. Now we're going to try and hold it up by playing a full backspin. I'd rather be a little bit short than long. There you go. Got the beats, which is a good start. Yeah, we'll take that. That's so you see, just landing calmly. It's not rolling forward despite the full topspin. It's landing into an upslope. You can see the slope you'd have been landing into the wind. Just need to be careful with the spin control. So we'll tap that one in. And that unfortunately was as good as we could do today on that one. No chance of a 3. Well, it's a good wind off the tee. It's a difficult wind for the second shot, this one. One of my favourite holes in the game, this one, because everybody messes it up so spectacularly. It sort of puts you half a shot ahead if you bothered to learn how to play this one. So your first trick, obviously, is to avoid the bunkers. I have put it in there once before. Don't do anything careless and miss the fairway, or else you're totally hosed. And then just be aware of. I mean, the front pin's easier, but just be aware of what the good and the bad places to be at. I mean, anything up here is totally screwed. You have no chance from up there. It's actually quite easy to put off the green on 13. So you need to be careful, particularly with the right and left wind. You're trying to get a bit cute up here and it gets stuck. If you roll off the green down here, it's not bad. It's a shot you should learn to play. It is makeable. I mean, most of the time they'll get down in 2, but it is makeable. And a little bit past is a bendy, nasty putt, but again, it's makeable. I prefer to be slightly long, and a tad left is the preferred ending spot for this. And then we just need to work out, depending on the wind, which ball you're using, how much spin control you can have. This is going to be tricky to control the spin coming in hard downwind. It's about 11 of tailwind maybe, and sort of 3 of elevation is going to get us 8, 1, 5, 6. Which is a slightly awkward distance too. That should get us to 157. That's where we are going to go. I'm going to aim slightly right. And bang. No heartbeat. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Oh, it's a couple of yards short. It's just dug its heels in. That's disappointing. I thought it was going to be really good, but it's coming in slightly lower downwind. It's just caught the top of the hill. It didn't release. Yeah, I thought that would have been stone dead, but as you can see, we got the shot that I said you shouldn't be too worried about. You can make it. It's worth knowing the putt from the fringe as well. On the slightly slower greens, it'll often get stuck on the fringe. It won't actually roll all the way to the fairway. So you can see, you don't need to worry about all of this stuff. You're landing it over that. It's going to, depending on how much spin you're playing, it's going to land somewhere up here and sort of zip over there. So just be careful with the distance. That's 11. So it's sort of 10 and a bit. I'm going to play this full back. I don't really want it rolling much. Slightly up the hill. We decided it was nearer to 11. Yeah, it's nearer to 11 now. Damn, it just pulled up. sort of played that with safety in mind with the full backspin there. I should maybe have given it a little bit of release. Oh well. Good wind. This one, the right to left is helps you get a little bit closer to the flag on the second shot. Right, 13 speed greens. I mean, I've told you this before, so apologies for those that listened the first time. This is dead. This area here is totally dead. So your bit of green that is playable is this bit here. This is the place you've got to be, in this little area here. And you'll notice that a lot of that is slightly short of the hole. So don't be long. You're going to leave yourself a wicked right to left, and then it sort of comes downhill. It comes all the way down here. Can't afford that. Normally I just aim it down here somewhere and then trust my putting going up the hill from there. So one sort of gets to sort of here, which is quite aggressive. 189 plus 6, 195. There's a slight slight headwind in there as well. So I think I can bang it in there like that, and it should be fine. Actually, I'm going to hit it full back. I'd rather be a little bit short. And then we want to go all the way over there. There we go. That should do. And hopefully that's in that little sweet spot. There you go. It's probably a little bit, maybe a yard short. There'll be a bit of left to right on this one, but you can see that that is, for this green, a very makeable putt. If I was being really critical, I'd like to have left it here, but yeah. Now, this one doesn't play with 13 speed. You're going up a really big hill here. This is going to play much closer to an 11 speed. So do your math based on an 11, 13.5 plus 6.5 plus 2. So we want to go 1 for WGT, telling you a lie on this, and 1 for going a bit past. 22 times 8 over 11, 16. You do have to actually hit it that hard. So again, is another reason a lot of people have finished sort of down here. It'll just won't make it. Now, is that too much? It doesn't look like it's doing much from there, but let's have a look from this view. Doesn't look like it's doing much from there either. So I think that we are seeing more of the hill. We're seeing the hill on this view here. This is to be largely ignored. So we're going to go there. We're going to hit it 16, maybe a little bit more. Oh, you know what you are. That was unfortunate. I did maybe miss Ding a hair earlier than I would have liked to. I was trying to miss Ding a bit early, but not quite as early as that maybe. Well, you need to be respectful of this. I mean, it's a bitch of a putt, this one. I'm just going to give it a mighty whack. Don't give it a chance to break. That was unfortunate. We've had no luck at all those last 3 holes. Well, I'm going to have a job stopping the second shot, but if we can get far enough up, then it might not matter. So think you got to be careful. I mean, don't go in. I mean, going here is a shot penalty. That is just scandalous error to make. So you can't afford to do that. You're better off being way back in the fairway. Now, from way down below the green here, this doesn't tend to move as much as you might think on the wind. And the difficulty with this one is, well, there's so many difficulties. If you land here, it'll stop there, obviously. This isn't actually green. It looks like green, but it's fairway on the game. What'll normally happen is it'll land on the top here, and it'll get a big fiery bounce and roll all the way over here, and then you either chip in from over there or you're three-putting. I see a lot of you do that. The ideal place to land it is just short here. You land it just on the fringe, it'll crawl over and end up tight to the hole. Very, very small target, unfortunately. So you've got the area probably be about the size of that little mouse cursor there to sort of land it in. That's sort of where you need to be. Now let's get our calcs on here. So that's not quite a 45-degree angle, is it? That's going to play about maybe 6 or 7 tailwind. 7 tailwind. And I think we've got about 12 of cross. 12 across, 7 of tail. So let's move that over there before we forget. So 7, 112 plus 112 plus 13, 125. 125 for the proper. I'm going to try and land it just short of there. So I'm going to try and land it 123, 122 maybe. 2 over 128 is sort of 95 and a bit percent. And just watch it roll up. No heartbeat, although it's not surprising coming downwind. Oh, it's managed to stop. Can you believe that? That was a midgie's dick away from being perfect. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, a fraction more. That's rolling right round next to the can. Oh, this is it's a bendy, wicked one, this one. To go around a bit of a circle, and the wind is sort of pushing it. Wind will halt the brake a little bit. How's that look? On these bendy ones, I usually just put a marker down one side and then sort of just see how it feels. I don't think this. I mean, this looks like it turns more than that. Yeah, same from there. How does that look? That looks better. I'm going to hit it about there. Oh, it's off, isn't it? It's moved. Damn. We've had no luck at all today. No luck at all. Hope it's not going to be one of those days. But the point of this bogey avoidance test, I mean, it's really trying to it's more of a grind for birdies, but you just got to accept this sort of stuff. Accept you're going to get holes like that. Accept you're going to get stuff that just when nothing goes for you and you're going to make a run of pars. Don't let yourself make the bogeys. Don't get down about it. You've just got to keep picking away, and eventually you'll start getting the birdie chances. It's not a great wind. That's not a great wind at all. Much rather have it from the left-hand side where I've got the ball feeding towards the hole. I'd certainly what's that going to be? 21 times 248 over 170. May need to be a little bit more than that, which is 30 yards. It's going to be about 226 less. How much wind is that? 5 or 6 of wind? Something like that. That will get us to 226. So we'll base it off of that. Never moves as much as you'd think. Going downwind. I'll play about sort of 24, 25 to the right. It's unfortunate we can't see anything at all that we're doing there. That tends to annoy me. That's better. It's 21. That is 24. Um, 97.5% or something like that. I'm just going to move this a little fraction further. Bottled it, named, pulled it over the left. Shoot. Just that little bit early on this mouse. Damn. Difficult putt, this one. You can get lucky, but not usually with a big right and left wind. If you land it up here, it tends to shoot right round towards the hole and ends up pretty tight. Now this one, you can't aim this far enough left is basically the, how does that look? Put the flag back in, it's easy to see. I don't think that's enough. Over there. How does that look? Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go for a little bit more precision on the aim. There we go. Oh my goodness God. Oh, when it's not your day. When it's not your day. Aha. That's a nice wind. Just gonna be a bit careful not to go too far and reach the junk there. Can we carry this? I should be able to carry that. Oof, only just. Only just. Nearly showing you some really bad golf there. So going in there would have been unforgivable. So the problems here are fairly clear to see. Now this one, I'm pretty convinced this plays about 4 yards short. Every time I've been hitting good shots in here, it's been landed just past the hole and it's been scuttling up this back fringe or 4 or 5 yards past. It's given me a difficult putt. So coming in from this angle, I mean, I'd rather dump it in the bunker than go over the back, which is that from a slightly different camera angle. I mean, that is almost a 45 degree, isn't it? That's probably 10 of tailwind. And a bit more of cross, 12 across maybe. So I hit it over that. I said 197, right? And then I'm going to deduct 4 because I just think it tells me lies. I'm sure it's 4 yards out. 193. We're going to hit it about there. Hit the ding and we've got no heartbeat and it's not coming back at all. Where's that going? It didn't move on the wind. I think it's time to just have a sip of coffee. And just be pleased I'm not outside in that storm. So I'm going to have to be really careful not to get frustrated. I can feel myself getting frustrated. That is, no good ever comes to that. So let's dial in on this. 11. It's going to be about 11. I'm going to have to hit this. It's a slippery one. Not as bad as the one we had on the last green, but it's a slippery one and it's going to want to dive in. I'm not sure it's as far left as that. Pretty sure it's not. Obviously being the newest course, this is the one I feel least comfortable knowing what it's going to do. I just don't see it turning as much as that actually. I'm sure I remember missing a one that I thought I'd got and it didn't move as much. Okay, so we are going to go about there. That's as good as it gets, I think. We got the slight misting. Oh, you are kidding me. You are kidding me. Okay, let's tap it in, move on. We've never been in any trouble the whole way around. We just haven't made anything, right? Nothing at all. Oh well, onwards. So the second 9, I think, is possibly slightly harder than that front one. That is mixed feelings on that wind. I mean, you don't want the big headwind here where you're having to hit full tilt 3-wood in there. That is bad. At the same time, we're going to have to aim over the cliff for our second shot here, and that is it's a little bit scary, and it's difficult to aim properly. It's really difficult to get the aimer in the right place. So there's a little bit of tailwind there, maybe sort of 3 or 4 yards, not much. 3 yards, the one for that. It always plays a bit short, this one, for me. I'm gonna hit this, play this as 152. I don't know why, it always just seems to play a little bit short. About there, and then just whack it in. No beats. Why haven't we got any beats there? What is wrong with that? Not a lot, I don't think. A bit left, Maybe didn't play enough. Often doesn't come back from over there though. I didn't trust it to aim way out. The bloody thing never comes back. It ends up in this brush here. And this is a much better place to be than in that brush. We're due a one here, aren't we? We're due a one that's dropping right in the centre of the pot. The wind is sort of blowing against the break a bit. It's going to want to calm it down a little bit. Is that sufficient? It doesn't look like, I mean that looks like it's moving quite a lot there. There's brown slope there, that's a steep slope. So I think we need to move this. I kind of like this view better. How does that look? That looks a bit better. Okay, let's go. Oh. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this, guys. It's like every hole, isn't it? It's like that about 6 in a row. Okay, same thoughts as the last one here. This is it's a great wind for distance. It's a bit scary for the approach, coming in over the water and over stuff that you don't want to be in. But at least we're not coming in with a 3-wood from downtown there. Okay, 195. That's going to be about an 18 wind. That would be 9. That would be about 6. 6, 7 maybe. 7. 188. Awkward distance because it's going to want to run on. So on this one, I mean, there's a ridge here. You can see it there. I mean, the trouble I'm going to get here, if I land on the top of this ridge, it's probably going to shoot to the back of the green. It'll catch on the fringe and have a tricky putt. The other alternative is it'll catch just before the top of this slope and it'll get killed there, it'll die. Neither of which is acceptable. This you can, and I used to do this when I had the lower level clubs. I used to run a one up the green here. It used to work quite well. I play one without an awful lot of spin. You just bounce it here, it rolls up, and if it did roll over here, it sort of rolls back. That is another option, but it's not really a shot I'm especially familiar with. So I'm not going to play that. So we're going to have to aim this way over here, which is a bit scary, right? We can't afford that to stay over there. I will bring it in a little bit because we're coming in underpowered. 188 over 196, about 96%. There we go. The early ding is gonna. That's hosed. Not only is it on the. Actually, that's. I mean, I'm pleased that's on the fairway. Actually, that gives me a little bit more chance than being on the fringe. Put that back in for a bit. So landing area 7, so it's rolling away from us. I seem to remember this goes left to right more than those dots are indicating there. If we're landing it here, we've only got to worry about this bit here. It's just going every bloody where. Can't possibly be. It's got to be left to right. It's got to be left to right. I'm going to hit it there. 10, 11's there, 9's there. So it's exactly 10. We'll go a little more spin than half spin to just try and calm it running away from us. That'll be about 10. We're into the wind slightly. Sit it there. No beats. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding. That's gone exactly where we aimed it. Skated past the hole. Another par. Now 248. This could be, yeah, this hole. Oh, and we've got a diabolical wind as well. This one, unfortunately, with a wind like this, is a hole you have sort of got to just accept a par on. That's a terrible wind. And the problem is, if anything that misses the green on this right hand side, and you're coming in with a 3-wood as well here, we can't. I don't think we can reach out with a 3-iron. I'll do a little bit of a calculator. With a 3-wood, I mean, it just goes wherever it pleases. It doesn't. It doesn't reliably go where you hit it. Anything that's down here is in really, really, really difficult to save par. Particularly, you're going to be coming in downwind from over there. You have no means to stop it coming out of 40, 50 below the hole. That is really dangerous. Too long is a big bendy putt. Over here is a big bendy putt, so several grids of break. But that might be the best result for us today. So let's have a look at this. We're going into to see if we could hit a 3-iron in. I mean, a 3-iron would be. I would trust it more. 3-wood's just diabolical when you're trying to aim for a really tight gap. If you don't hit the ding, it goes everywhere. So, I mean, there's probably about 4 or 5 yards of headwind there. And the down slope never plays as much as you would like. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's going to be about 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5. No, I just can't reliably get one in there. It's going to be wanting to run too much if I hit that. So we're going to have to go with this. And we're just going to try and dump it here. Again, the problem is you can't line up easily here either. So that would be 30, right? That's going to leave me about 5 or 6 over there. That'll do. I'll go a little bit further. About 94%. Hit the ding, and we get the beats. And we still got a bit of work to do here. Pleased with that one. That was a scary tee shot. around in a big circle here. Is that enough? Good birdie. Now this one, don't hit this tree. Let's see the distance. I mean, if it's coming in low and into the wind, it'll hit that. It'll drop down in the 40, 50, and you're going to have to rely on your wedge play from that. So we'll steer well away from that. There's no point going close to that. So I'll go to about 197, 198. Hit it there. No beats again. What's wrong with that? Slight missing again. Where does it go? It's going long. It's going. Wow. I just hit a 86% spin 4-iron that should go 198. Just hit it 214 on the fly. 16 yards of wind. And that's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. It's been one of those days. And please, this isn't anything important. But it'd be nice to show you a low 60s though. But we're not gonna, definitely not gonna show you one of those today. You need a bit of a run. I wonder if we can chip this one in. So again, the thing to watch on these, it coming out of the 25-30, it's guaranteed to roll a bit, so we can play a full backspin. If the landing spots around here, it's 9 to 10. It's going down a couple of inches from there. It's sort of on the low side of 8, 7.8 or something like that. The wind is right to left, the break is right to left from where we are landing at least. So I think we can go over there. A little bit more. And just let it release out. I pulled that. That was my own fault. That was never going in. And an unfortunate par after the second shot. I thought it would have been good when we hit it. Come on, good wind, good wind. Don't give me a wind like that. That's a terrible fucking wind. Okay. That's a shocking wind. First thing you have to do off that tee is to avoid the tree. Don't hit the tree. You'll if you're not using a very high spin ball, you're going to have to go full backspin to get over that. you get away with a bit more into the wind, but you're not aiming over the tree into the wind like that. So we just got to bang it up the fairway here and take our medicine with the wind. Pop it up there somewhere, and then hope to get close from here. It's not a nice distance that actually either. It's going to be a half shot, which is not ideal. So is that about a 4 o'clock wind? Maybe a little bit more. So let's call that 6 of wind, 85 plus. It's never, the combination into the wind and uphill never adds up properly. So call it 6 plus 5, 11, 90. Got to hit this, and about 9 to the left. So now you just bang it in there. That'll do. Get off there. That was a horrid wind. It's more fun. I mean, if you do get the tailwind, you've got to watch. Don't go in this bunker here. You are hosed. You cannot get close from that. And in fact, a lot of you will leave it in there, and then you'll get stuck in this fringe, which is 40-50, and then you'll go over here. If you do go for the green, you've got to try and. I usually don't really aim for the green. I usually aim for sort of through the back of the green, and then rely on it. You've got a chance of chipping in from there. I just try and steer away from the places that you just definitely can't get up and down from. On slower greens, the ball can actually get stuck on the front of the green as well, which is impossible. You get down here, and you have no shot, no way to get that close. On 13s, it'll roll off, thankfully, and you've got a pitch. But okay, we'll give this a little bit of care and attention, and a whack. Take the birdie and get off there. That was a difficult hole today. And then we've got a run of difficult par 4s, and unfortunately we are 3-wooding in here, which is never the ideal scenario. Yeah, I can't quite make that with a 3-iron, because it's just going to be coming in too low and hard and running. I can't get anywhere near that with a 3-wood. So you got to, when you're hitting the 3-wood, I mean, just stay away from this. This is bogey country. For some reason, I never find the wind hits it as much as you would expect to. Maybe you're coming in from slightly below the hole, but it's not much, right? It doesn't seem to come back. You often get stuck in here, and I know a few of you will end up taking 3 to get down from there. It's a place I've been quite regularly, so I'm fairly comfortable with being over there, but it's annoying nevertheless when it does that to you, particularly with a 3-wood, or sort of an under-spinning 3-iron. It just sort of gets stuck up here. This isn't a bad place. Down here is okay. This is relatively straight putt. Over here is not too bad, but the problem is it can sort of shoot a long way over here, and then you've got a long putt that is difficult though. But over this sort of place is not bad. Over here is downhill. It's a little bit bendy. I prefer being this side. So 16 times 224 over. Actually, I'm hitting the 3-wood. It's going to play about 16, about 225 multiply, maybe a bit less. We're going to play for 14 because I just don't trust it to bloody well move in from over there. 14, 12 to the right. If it ends up left of the hole, it ends up left of the hole. It's an acceptable miss. 14, that is that about 8 o'clock. 7, 2, 3. 231 divided by 246. 231 divided by 246 is not 6%, 94%. Fire it in there, maybe I might go a little bit less, I'd rather be a bit short. No beats, but that's not a surprise coming in with the 3-wood. Oh, stop. Did exactly what I said. It just lands on the top and it runs away from you. That's a bit unfortunate. 48, but the 3-wood just does whatever it pleases. You've just got to allow yourself a big margin for error with the 3-wood, because it just does that. It just does that. 48. It's going to play times 8 over. Again, to big up slope, that's going to play nearer to 12 speed. 32. I might go a little bit more. I don't think this moves that much. You see, it's just more downslope, which is why it sort of lands on the top and it runs and runs and runs when it's coming in. I think it's just a little bit left to right. I don't think there's not much in it. I just want to go right or left at the start as well, but let's just check that. Yeah, it is wanting to go right or left at the start and then left to right there. I'm going to go here. Less than half a grid. Well, let's give it a little bit extra just because I'd like to make one. Pull that a bit. Pull that a bit. I would have liked to have just missed the ding by a hair to sort of help it hold its line, but that was more than a hair. Difficult hole. Difficult hole with a difficult wind. Now, it would be nice not to have to hit a 3-wood in here. Please give me a right to left tailwind. Can't have it all. At least it's not direct headwind and hitting a full tilt 3-wood to reach the front edge. Slightly awkward distance, this one for me. It's right on the cusp of not quite being able to reach. I'd rather be a little bit short. I'll hit it there. Probably come up here. Over here is so the bad place is here. The bunker is a really difficult up and down. Don't want to be over there. It'll often, if you go a little bit long, it'll roll up against this fringe, and that is also a really difficult putt because you got to hit it to get over the top, and then it runs away. So those are the really bad plays. I mean, everywhere else you should be able to get up and down or have a chance, but this would be sweet. Just below the hole, straightish putt up the hill would be wonderful. No beats again. You know, that's exactly what I intended. Just a fraction left of the ding. Oh, then it's gone a couple of yards further, which may have been because I didn't hit the ding. That's left a difficult putt. That is very unfortunate again. Need the patience of a saint today to avoid getting annoyed and doing something silly. It's kind of what the course is designed to test you on a little bit. Just be patient, stay patient. When you get a chance, take it. This is a half chance, right? Yeah, half chance. You can see how much more 17.2 times 8 over, probably be about 12.5. Wants to be just dropping in there. That looks like a reasonable line to me. Particularly if I off-ding it a little bit. That's going to teach me nothing at all. Thanks for that. I think just a slight off-ding. Or do I need to aim a little further? No, slight off-ding. That's okay. Beauty. Okay, another a difficult hole. It's actually, unfortunately, it's a difficult wind, this one. Really difficult to get close to that flag with that left to right wind. You've nothing to aim at. So, now see this ridge just down here. What you can't afford to go into the fescue. If you're in the fescue, you are hosed. You can't reach the green. And unfortunately, if it lands on one of those big ridges, it can hop. Even a shot down the middle of the fairway can hop into all kinds of deep stuff. And downwind, we can probably hit this about 350 yards, so we need to be careful. This is lined up on 330. What I'm going to do here is to play it with a load of topspin, try and land it short and get it rolling up there. That'll do. I just can't afford to get it pinging. I mean, if it starts landing on this stuff, that is so dangerous. Yeah, that'll do. You lose a bit of distance doing that, obviously, but I just couldn't afford to be coming in from the rough. 27 is 168. In that 13 of, maybe a bit less, 5.5. Yeah, it's about, you know, I'm going to take a little bit of a chance. Take a little bit of a chance and go really tight to that. Missed it, right. It's not the end of the world, that, but it was more just an annoyance at the strike. Half a chance to big bendy one again. And these really fast bendy ones always bend more than you would think, just because the ball's moving so slowly down here. It's not playing like I mean, okay, the wind will help us out a little bit, but it's not playing like a 13. If you ignore the wind, if you're not playing this like it's going to play more like a 15 or a 16 pace. It's just going to keep rolling. There's no friction, and so because it's moving so slowly, it wants to move a lot more than you might think. Now we'll need to account for the wind, because that's going to slow it down a bit. It has the effect of having a lower amount of break and a lower elevation. So I'm going to pull it in a bit here. So I'm going to hit this a bit harder. Right in the middle. And then, oh, give me a break. That's a horrible wind. You don't want to be hitting 3 wood into here, and guess what we're hitting into here? Makes a huge difference, the wind on this one. Right. Oh my goodness. So the wind and elevation impacts. I mean, if this was on the flat, you'd have 15 or so of wind impact on this one. Played 248. You're going downhill. The wind seems to play a little bit more because you're less protected, and the elevation plays a little bit less because the ball is coming down more steeply. So a combination of sort of 15 for that and 12 of that isn't quite going to be enough. It's not going to make so much difference with the 3 wood. The impact is less, but this is going to play about 239 is my guess. Which is 97%. And we'll err on the side of being a bit right. We don't want to be messing with the water. It's probably a hair to the right. Oh, we'll take that. That's a nice one to finish with. Tap that in. And 8 under par. That was hard work in the middle, wasn't it? We just had a spell there where nothing went right at all. We had to take a sip of coffee. Yeah, 31. The back, the finish was really solid actually. Finish was pretty solid there. Our front 9, we just had that spell where nothing went right. It was just a monstrous spell of holes from the unreachable one at Pinehurst, a couple at Merion where nothing went for us, Chambers we were a fraction out, I can't remember which one that one was, 248. Yeah, we just had a spell of really difficult run in the middle there where nothing went at all. We held it together. 64. I think we could have easily been sort of 5 or 6, but that was Wolf, wasn't it? But, yeah, we just went through a spell. We just kept hitting the edge of the hole and it wouldn't go in. Yeah, I mean a little bit of good fortune. We could have easily been down into the 50s there, but 64 it is. Let's have a look at the stats. Now we avoided the bogeys, which is I suppose the most important part of the bogey avoidance exercise. We did hit all the fairways. That's a big help. Approach, that's not particularly tight, but we were hitting quite a lot of 3 woods in there and stuff like that isn't ideal. Green in regulation 72%, which is low. There's the odd one that we couldn't reach, so there's nothing you can do about that. But we did hit the fringe a few times and have to scramble about. But we did scramble. We're never in any serious trouble though. 24 putts, which is okay. Didn't really hold anything big. Everything sort of hit the lip and skated on by, didn't it? Meter stats, yeah, I was a little bit early. We knew that early on. What was that? Oh, that was the deliberate missing on the Olympic par 5, 16 at Olympic, right? I was second. We're slightly in this zone just to hook it round the tree. Got a bit worried there. I thought, what was that? So yeah, there you go. I hope that is useful, and thanks for watching.